Musclewood tree. Why musclewood? Because bark is smooth and it has flexed muscle-like morphology. It seems as if an athlete has flexed his muscles. So because of smoothness and because of musculature look of the bark of this tree, it has been named as musclewood tree. And because of slaty bluish color, it has also been named as blue beech. Although it is not from Fagus genus, so it is not a true beech, but simply because of its unique smooth and musculature like tree trunk, it has got its name as a blue beech. Otherwise, this particular tree is American hornbeam, and in autumn foliage it is quite orange yellow and quite fascinating and garden ornamental plant. So blue beech or musclewood tree or American hornbeam tree, this tree grove stands inside the Washington Park near University of Chicago. So this is one tree clump, multi-stemmed from ground. This is second one, this is third tree, this is fourth tree, this is fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. So there are about 9 trees which are growing together, and this is a kind of musclewood tree grove in Washington Park, South Chicago. There is a nearby lagoon and different kinds of trees, maples, milkweeds, viburnums, hackberry trees, oak trees, maples, they are growing. And this is well preserved park named in honor of George Washington as Washington Park. If you look at the morphology of musclewood tree, so you see the leaves are typically elliptic, ovate with parallel veined lamina and toothed margin. So there are about 14 pair of side veins and these serrations, and leaves have turned beautiful orange red due to expression of carotenoids. In the another musclewood tree, you see the yellow color of the foliage. It means xanthophyll they are expressing. But in these leaves where you have this orange color, so carotenoids are expressing. And you see the leaves are falling, as this is the season of fall. With the wind, they are just falling. And this unique tree is native to North America, so it is called as American hornbeam. The fruiting catkins are quite unique in this tree. They have tri-lobed bracts in sharp comparison to another hornbeam which is seen in woods of North America, that is hop hornbeam, not to be confused with this tree. This is simply a hornbeam, not a hop hornbeam, but similar looking, but bark not smooth, rather that is craggy and fissured bark with thick bark exfoliating. So that particular hornbeam is named hop hornbeam after hops, which is a creeper climber and known for the hops for using in the alcohol fermentation. And that has typical hops like catkins, fruiting bodies. So that is hop hornbeam tree, and scientifically named as Ostrea virginicum. Ostrea is in different genus, but earlier it was also included under Corpinus. And in case of Ostrea virginica, that is hop hornbeam, leaves are a bit broader and larger in size, and they turn golden yellow during autumn. But in case of this American hornbeam, you have the orange color, which is quite fascinating. And more fascinating, its musculature, tree trunks, and multi-stemmed nature is another beauty. The branching starts very near at the ground level, and all these leaves which are already under the tree, they have fallen. So it means lot of leaves stand detached from the tree branches. And this path is through woods in Washington Park, and I am showing you this season of autumn, how it turns the landscape into colorful landscape, and then visitors are enchanted to carry out leaf peeping. So here you find Viburnum. This Viburnum seems to be snowball bush. Viburnum, which is also quite decorative. Leaves will turn orange red, a deep red during autumn. Here I will also show you the yellowing twigs of copper plant. This is Silphium perfoliatum. Perfoliatum because two leaves, they have made a cup-like structure at the base. They are fused. Two leaves are fused. So that has given it the name the copper plant. Leaves are opposite decussate, and at each node two leaves are jointed to form a cup-like structure. So this is a sunflower family plant growing in the wild. And you see these yellow foliage of another tree which is called as river birch or marsh birch or water birch. This is a native to North America, and you see its bark is very rough, and you don't find papery thin bark, rather it has rough bark. So this birch is unique and native to North America. It is turning golden yellow. Leaves are egg shaped and they are toothed. Some branches are pendulous also. So this is the beauty of birch. And on one of the tree trunk of this river birch or butter birch, also named as Betula nigra, tree trunk I am showing you, there are some red leaves, and this red leaves is a Virginia creeper, Parthenocissus coincifolia, which adds another color to the tree trunk of golden yellow river birch. So Bitula, Niagara trees stands growing beside the lagoon, marshy area, and on this tree you find these orange pink foliage of another creeper which is hugging the tree trunks, and this creeper is from grape family called as Virginia creeper, Parthenosis quinquifolia. And if you see further, you will find the eastern red bud which has a beautiful purplish pink blooms during springtime, and leaves turn fascinating golden yellow during autumn. Cercis canadensis. You find the Viburnum apulus with scarlet red berries. It is also quite decorative. And this popular Viburnum is also known as snowball bush. And this is the national symbol of pride for Ukraine. So this tree finds mention in the folklore and the national symbols of Ukraine. So this is also under cultivation in Kashmir. And in the backdrop you have this fascinating golden yellow foliage of river birch, water birch, Bitula nigra, or black birch, because nigra also stands for black color. Black dark color bark, so it has got its name. Black birch. And you have the fascinating Parthenosis quinquifolia creeper on the tree trunk of this river birch, water birch, or black birch with golden yellow foliage, but the creeper has fascinating orange color. There are also oaks, scarlet oak, pin oak, and there are also poplars which will also turn golden yellow, but so far they are not. But more enchanting which I found in this Washington Park are these golden colored river birches or water birches, and this grove of American hornbeam or mussel wood tree or blue beech tree grove. And each and every tree trunk has very unique musculature, and because of this unique musculature got the name as mussel wood tree. So now you will be able to appreciate. I am focusing on tree trunks so that you understand the musculature tree trunks of this unique tree, which is unique in the landscape during autumn. I don't find any fruits here, but beauty of foliage in mid-autumn is quite mind-boggling, or it is adding beauty to the Washington Park near University of Chicago. Here I am showing you another shrub with button like fruits which are reminding me of kadamba tree. In kadamba tree also we have such kind of fruits, but kadamba is found in India, in Asia, and this particular large shrub with these button like fruits or kadamba like fruits is called as button bush, and botanical identity is Cephalanthus occidentalis. Cephalanthus means head-like flowers. Flowers born in head-like clusters. So it got its name as Cephalanthus genus. And why occidentalis? Because this is unique to Western Hemisphere. The way we have named Platanus occidentalis, that means native to Western Hemisphere. So this bush is also native to Western Hemisphere, and it has got its name as Cephalanthus occidentalis. And leaves are opposite as it belongs to coffee family Rubiaceae. So this is another plant, but again in the backdrop from a distance, if I am focusing again on the musselwood or blue beech tree, that is Corpinus caroliniana, you see these woods, how beautiful they become during autumn. And there is also another ash tree, and this ash is green ash, golden yellow. And this golden ash tree is named as Fraxinus pennsylvanica. Leaflets have insignificant petiole. Stalks are very indistinct in green ash. Moreover, during autumn times, it has the golden yellow foliage, in sharp comparison to another oak, that is not oak, this ash, that is American ash, and that is known in botany as Fraxinus americana, and its foliage is purplish pink. So during autumn time, just looking at the foliage color, we can distinguish two species of ash tree Fraxinus from a distance. Golden yellow fall foliage, Fraxinus pennsylvanica, named after Pennsylvania. And if purplish pink or reddish purple, then species is Fraxinus americana. So Fraxinus americana has more or less this color as you find in case of Corpinus caroliniana, musselwood tree. This beautiful group of Corpinus caroliniana with purplish orange color and green ash tree with golden yellow foliage, and river birch, water birch again with golden yellow foliage, along with yellowing leaves of button bush, that is Cephalanthus occidentalis. I am enjoying my leaf peeping through the woods. And again you will see another golden foliage of another tree, and this tree is Celtis. And this particular species is also occidentalis. Why occidentalis? This Celtis, kind of khadak in Dogri language, this is also restricted to Western Hemisphere, and whatever is native to Western Hemisphere, most of the species stands named as occidentalis. So this is Celtis genus, species is occidentalis. And this is the south campus of University of Chicago. So you see these trees, maples, hackberries, this is oak, and that behind woods which I referred as musselwood or blue beech or Corpinus americana, not americana, Corpinus caroliniana, and that golden yellow Fraxinus pennsylvanica. You find golden color is dominating during fall foliage time. And you also see willows here and tilia trees. Tilia is a unique tree which is native to North America, and elms are also quite native to America. So from a distance I thought it is Tilia tree, but no, it is not Tilia tree. Now I am looking at the leaves, and leaves are doubly serrate, so one has to focus on the leaves with oblique base. Leaves have oblique base. Lamina is oblique, having one side larger than the other, and golden yellow color during autumn. So this particular tree is elm tree, Ulmus, and most probably it is some cultivar of Ulmus americana. Otherwise Ulmus americana is native and it was susceptible to Dutch elm disease. So researchers have come out with very advanced kind of cultivars. For example, Moton glossy is one, Princeton is another, Pioneer is another, and all these cultivars stands planted in the landscape of Chicago. So they are also fascinating golden during autumn season. So this particular tree is elm tree, and this is Populus deltoidea, and here you find this white fruiting. This is all goldenrod beside the lagoon, and this quite tall goldenrod named as Solidago. There are many species: Solidago canadensis, Solidago altissimum, Solidago flexicolis, Solidago odora, and here I will show you maple. This particular maple, as it is in shade, its foliage color is still green, and here you have the oak, and this oak, some leaves, some branches, they have turned golden, but mostly they are without change in color so far. And just looking at leaves, we can say whether it is kind of red oak or white oak. So looking at its leaves, leaves are lobed, and each lobe is tipped by a bristle. So this is red oak, Quercus rubra. So it will turn a red color during autumn, but by looking at this twig, they are showing golden yellow. So basically red oak is a kind of group of oaks, so in which many species occur. So even scarlet oak, and all these group of red oaks are distinguished by their bristle tipped lobes, whereas in case of white oaks, these lobes are rounded and without any bristle tips. So while to look at foliage, one can come to the conclusion whether this tree oak belongs to the white oak group or red oak group. But to really conclude which species it is, then one has to examine the acorn. So looking at the acorn, one can pinpoint which particular species it is, though superficially it is resembling the red oak, Quercus rubra. So this is the look of lagoon, water body, where you have many water birds also. And this particular tree before me, this is honey locust tree with golden yellow foliage. And this particular honey locust has been named as Gladitsia in honor of German botanist Gladitsia triacanthos because of very sharp spines, but researchers have come out with spineless variety. So this cultivar seems to me, as there are no spines, it is variety enormous. So Gladitsia triacanthos is also adding its golden color to the landscape of Chicago. So which particular tree before me is? I was just confused when I looked at elm tree that it may be a linden, but that was not linden tree. That was not Tilia tree, but this is Tilia tree. So again in Tilia, this is Tilia americana or American basswood tree. Again you see the leaf is oblique based, a bit oblique at the base. One side is cordate, other side is less cordate, and margins are toothed. And these trees support a golden yellow foliage during autumn. So this particular tree stands planted here, and this is Tilia americana, popularly known as linden tree or a lime tree, and its uniqueness lies in special kind of ribbons on which you will see the flowers and fruits. So this unique ribbon I am showing here, this ribbon is unique. This is not leaf, rather this is a bract, and on its lower side you will see the attachment of flowers and fruits. Here it is quite clear now. The attachment of the fruit is on the ribbon like bracts like this. This is a ribbon like bract, not a leaf. So where is the attachment of fruits, and earlier it was the attachment of flowers. So this bract distinguishes the Tilia genus. So these are the fruits of Tilia, which look a little bit like Grevia, as we have the Falsa. Both belong to the same family. Earlier the family was Tiliaceae, but now they stand transferred to Malvaceae, the ladyfinger family. So this is Tilia americana. You have here service berry or June berry, and this is Amelanchier. Amelanchier bushes support blood red fruits during June, so named as June berry. And this particular tree before me, this seems to be witch hazel, most probably. It is witch hazel, Hamamelis virginiana. And you have this staghorn bush also here. Staghorn bush with hairy stems. And this hairiness has given it the name as staghorn bush, as the hairy stems look like the antlers of a deer. So I think you are able to appreciate. This is from mango family. Leaves are pinnate, and this is Rus tifina. And here I am showing you the another oak with yellow brown foliage color, and this is swamp oak, because the undersurface is white, upper surface is greenish. They are less lobed. If they are deeply lobed, then it can be white oak. Quercus alba. If the lobing is shallow, then it is Quercus bicolor. So without a corn, again there is a problem in pinpointing which particular species. To me it looks Quercus bicolor. Swamp oak, as this is a marshy area, so I think Quercus bicolor, swamp oak. And you have another oak here, but this is most probably Quercus mohellenbergii, perhaps popularly named as pin oak, if I am not wrong. But this is also oak with some kind of lobing, and this is also turning golden yellow. And here is another species of oak, again I think same species, but it is supporting some kind of bronze color. And here is another oak, so different oak species, not easy to identify immediately unless I see a corn. So here you have the elm tree. So there are golden foliage of elm trees, and here I will show you the fruits of another beautiful hawthorn. And this hawthorn is named again in honor of George Washington, the founding father of America and the first president of America. And this is called as Washington hawthorn. So Washington hawthorn with lobed leaves and with orange colored fruits. This is the species native to America. Otherwise in India, Jammu and Kashmir, we have another hawthorn which is named as Crataegus songarica. But this Crataegus is not songarica. This is Crataegus phanopyrum, popularly named as Washington hawthorn. So this is also season of wild fruits, many fruits and trees, shrubs, herbs, creepers. They are ripening and they have different colors which will be available to different kinds of birds, wildlife, animals, rather than season of leaf fall. Autumn is also the season of fruit maturation and ultimately recycling of nutrients. That is also important ecological aspect. Why falling to the ground? Because there will not be any photosynthesis during severe winter, and they will conserve the food and energy. So these bushes, creepers, climbers, they are changing color in tune with changing season. So this is another unique viburnum, as leaves are opposite, and this is Viburnum lentago. Quite fascinating purplish pink color to welcome the fall season, autumn season. And Washington Park, city of Chicago. Some leaves are still green and others are turning yellow, but ultimate color will be purplish pink. So this is the Viburnum grove. You can see inside there are multi-stemmed from the ground. This is the unique feature of any shrub. And in case of trees, you have a single main stem. But here many stems, they arise together from the ground. So it becomes shrub. Large shrub, no doubt, but not a tree. And they have very graceful branching and leaves are borne in opposite pairs. And during autumn, they give this kind of feel. And just going through the woods and trying to locate different trees, I have come across another fascinating golden decorated tree. Which this tree could be. So I have now reached very near, and this particular tree is Ginkgo biloba, also named as autumn gold, as this golden appearance is unique to this gymnosperm, which is rather a living fossil tree native to China and also declared as the national tree of China.